Have you seen the release of GPT-5 yesterday? I have been absolutely waiting in anticipation of its release because I knew it was going to be absolutely spectacular in terms of the functionality that it was going to offer. So there's a couple of tests that I normally do and have been trying out with the various agentry type of AIs. My name is Dr. Alan Barnard. I'm one of the leading decision scientists and theory of constraints experts in the world. We help companies and individuals make better, faster decisions when it really, really matters. And part of that is using our research that we have done on why people and managers and companies make and often repeat bad decisions. We use that research to develop methods and apps. So I'm always very, very curious about seeing how good is agentry AI now to be able to develop a complete app. And there's a difference between giving it an instruction to help you check the code that you've written, or to maybe write sections of code, to simply tell it exactly what it is that you want to do and see it actually doing the whole thing. So I want to show you just very quickly one of the tests I ran this morning that is pretty mind-blowing. So I'm going to minimize myself and I'm going to show you. So I've logged into the ChatGPT 5 user interface this morning, and this is what I typed as my prompt. Please create me an app that is a clone of Excel, but simpler and better. And what you can see here on the screen is it's busy writing the code to do that. Now just think about that. I haven't specified anything else than to say I want a simpler version of Excel. So it had to do a lot of interpretation. It had to go out and figure out what is Excel, had to do research on that, had to look at the user interface that Excel provides. It had to figure out what the basic functions are, and it would then develop the code in order to achieve the goal that I've asked it for help with, which is to create an app. So not just a code, but an actual app that I can run the code and see if the app is working or not. So I typed in this prompt up to yesterday, and this morning I haven't had any real success. I've had some of the agentry AI like Manners and Replit, etc., kind of start coding, but it would never actually deliver the user interface. There was always some bug that it couldn't resolve, and I would have to be the human in the loop and keep on telling it. But now here's done. So you've seen how it's generated the code live, and there's quite a lot of code that it's written. Well, we're going to press the run code button for the first time now and see what happens. So I'm clicking the run code button, and oh my gosh. I mean, that's the user interface, a simpler user interface than what Excel has, right? So let's see if it actually works. So we're going to put in 1, and we'll put in 2, and we'll put in A1 plus B1, and it actually corrected it correctly. But I can say import file, let me put that, it's a sales numbers, and there we go. It's imported it. I am absolutely blown away. I hope I haven't kind of messed up your weekends now in terms of trying this out and seeing what apps you've always wanted to build, but never had the skills or the time or the money to hire somebody else to do it. Already this morning, I've seen some incredible apps being built. One of them that was extremely impressive is to build a simulation of a Rubik's Cube, to have a 3D display of that, and to give the user the option to build a Rubik's Cube that's 5 by 5, 10 by 10 by 10, or 20 by 20 by 20, and to have 2 buttons. One is shuffle and one is solve. And as I was on the call with this person that showed me what they did, they shuffled it. You could see how in 3 dimensions with the right colors, how the cube was being shuffled. Confirmation that it did it completely randomly. It wasn't keeping track of how it was shuffling it. It was shuffling it randomly. And then he clicked on the solve button and you could see how it was starting to solve it and got it right the first time. And then we tried it on the 10 by 10 by 10 Rubik's Cube, which is too hard for most human beings to solve, and then the 20 by 20 by 20. And it took about 45 minutes, but it actually solved the 20 by 20 by 20. So this is incredibly exciting. I'm going to do a post a little bit later in terms of just trying to answer a question that I've had for a long time, and I know a lot of you might have had, to say, in a world where AI and increasingly so humanoid robots will be able to do everything that we can do, but do it much better, much faster, much cheaper, what is left for us to do?